make it a better place. It'll take creation.
Hey everybody, we are going to try a voiceover today and a process video for Project Life. So right here you're just looking at my week 13. I have my photos printed and then I am using my post-it note system. So I just put the post-it notes on there and then I drop my photos in. So I thought I would take you over here to my work area and just show you that I am working on my Project Life album all through the week, and I just leave it right here on this part of my desk. I went ahead and purchased another self-healing mat, and I just got the 18 by 24 mat, and then I just stuck it over here in this section of my desk, and I leave my album open all week and I just continually come back to it. And then right here is all of my Project Life stuff. I've moved some of my punches over here to this area so that I can better work on it. Some of my punches and things that I know I'm just using for Project Life, I'm leaving over here. And then I also drop in some of my things that need to go into my album. I drop right onto this spot, and I even have that little clear box that I put right up there, and it has a few photos and just memorabilia or little pieces that, I want to get into my album, and that has made it super nice. I'm really enjoying having all of my supplies in this area. So some of the things that I'm reaching for the most are those wood veneers right there, this glitter tape that I got from Stampin' Up, and then I have this little bucket that has just some bits and pieces. It has some vellum and tags and different things like that. That's helping having all of those things out where I can reach for them. And then I am in that one box right there. I think I show you guys here in a second, but the one smaller box on that bottom shelf is all Ali Edwards from the kits that I'm getting. So far I've gotten 2 or 3 of her kits, and I'm just putting all of those pieces in that box because they're little embellishments and different things that are on my mind to use. And so I'm finding that that is helpful as well, just kind of keeping those separate from my other supplies. And then this is, of course, I talked about this before. It's the just pieces that I've die cut and then letter stickers. And then right here in this top drawer, I just moved all of my Project Life stuff over into this drawer. So my little stapler, my corner rounder, and I'm just going to grab that corner rounder out and round all my corners and drop my photos in. This is the night before I actually did the process video. So I just have, again, I'm just showing you guys that in this drawer, I really have just started leaving things out in the open. So I have those pieces right there. That's from the Ali Edward kits, and then this is some of the kits that I've gotten from her, and I'm just keeping them right there so they're right on my mind where I can use them. So this is actually the very next day, and I dropped all of my photos in. I just set the night before and I trimmed up all my photos and I did all the corner rounding, and then I dropped them into my album. And then I also did my journaling. I was really surprised that I had a lot of my journaling caught up. I also did the part of week 14, and then I also did an Easter insert that is just a Design C cut in half. So right here, I'm just sharing with you guys that one of the things that I look at when I'm dropping my photos in and I'm doing my journaling, I try to think about it with small pieces of the story in my 3x4 cards. And then if I have photos that have more open space, like that one right there I'm pointing to, or this one where my husband is standing, there's all that white space, I'm trying to keep in mind that I can add other stories onto those photos. And that's not something that I've done a lot of in the past. And particularly I had the idea with this photo when I got it printed of my husband where he had that white space behind him that I wanted to add journaling there. So now this is sped up and I'm just going through and adding some embellishments. So in this week, I really reach for those wood veneers a lot. I think that those are a really easy thing to add to your Project Life. I have a variety of them. I have some that I got in a Project Life kit. I got the Kathy, I never can pronounce her last name, but Kathy Z. I got her Project Life. She has a little kit that she designed for Project Life that had wood veneers in it. I have some wood veneers from Stampin' Up, some from Studio Calico. I think that they are really the best things to add to your Project Life album. Then right here, I just took a bunch of vellum. I get my vellum from Stampin' Up, and I took a bunch of that vellum and I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half again. So I have these that little chunk of vellum is 5.5 by 4.25. And I did that because I was finding I was wasting a lot of vellum, because when you have a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet, I rarely use that much, in one setting. So by cutting it down, I can have it right in front of me with the rest of my Project Life supplies. And then when I'm cutting it down, or I can punch it out, you're going to see me later in the video do some where I punch it out. And I just feel like I use it a lot more. And then these small letters came from Stampin' Up, and they came in the accessory kits for our Project Life line, the line of Project Life items that we have. And I love these little tiny letter stickers. In fact, this style right here is my favorite. It's like the style of the letter is really awesome, and the size of it. So I just line my word up on that ruler, and then I think I cut this part out, but what I do is then I just lay the ruler down and stick the letters to wherever I'm wanting to put them, and that helps me line it up. The letter stickers do take a little bit of time. I mean, they're a little bit time consuming to put on, but I really love the way the layering of this photo worked out once I got it. It says hello rainy day, and the rainy part is just there on the vellum. I think I do that off camera, but I really liked the way that turned out. So it's definitely a little bit of a hard balance for me, trying to figure out how to not make every single picture or every single pocket this elaborate layout, but adding enough that it feels a little bit more embellished. So it's definitely, I'm trying to find that balance. And then that wood veneer, it broke. The O broke off when I was putting the glue dots on that, which is my preferred way of adding those embellishments. But it was easy to just stick right back on there. Those wood veneers are a little bit delicate. So these little tiny hearts here came in the Ali Edwards Tough kit that I got. And I just kind of sprinkle those all around that little grouping right there. And then what I try to do is find an element that I can use in several different pockets throughout both sides of the layout to tie both sides of the layout together. So I use those hearts in several other places. This little rubber, it's like it has some words on it, and it says one day at a time. And I had to use very strong adhesive on that, but I just went ahead and stuck that to the front of the pocket. So I didn't put it on that picture, and that picture is actually a screenshot of Facebook, and it is of a news outlet, and they were just doing an update on the attack that happened. And so I just screenshot that, and then I added that to our album, and I'm trying to find more ways to tell the stories of what is happening in our world and around us, instead of it just being all these photos of our family. I mean, I love the photos of our family, right? But I want to look back on this and know some of the things that were going on in the world. And the reason I did not journal that card, I want to journal about what happened and just my feelings about it, and the fears that I have, and the thoughts that I have for our children that are growing up in the time that we're living. And I wasn't really sure. I'm not sure how to exactly tell that story or exactly what I want to say. And so I went ahead and left that card blank, knowing that I want to find a way to express those things in relationship to that photo that's right next to it. So I just added a little, it's like a label, and I used my framelits to cut out a bunch of those, and then I used a little tiny heart brad, and then I'm just writing with a white gel pen the story of that day, of that photo, on that photo, because I'm leaving that pocket again. I'm leaving that one pocket for the story about the attacks that are happening. So I didn't stick that photo back in that pocket right away, because the white gel pen will smear if you're not careful. So be careful when you're using the white gel pens on that before you slide them back into your pockets. So again, I'm just using a little wood veneer, and I end up using a slick writer and just writing on that photo. And then I wanted to mention that on that photo where the white truck is in front of me, that pocket, the plastic part of that plastic kind of tore. And I have that problem sometimes where a side of it will kind of tear if I'm getting in and out of it. And I just use a little tape, and that's how I keep it together, and I don't worry about it. So we're moving on to the next week here, and somehow I managed to miss printing a photo. I mean, I do that a lot when I'm trying to upload and get photos printed, and this week in particular had a lot of different things that I wanted to add to our album, so I'm not surprised I missed that one photo. So I'll leave my post-it note there, and I'll get it printed next week when I get photos printed. Again, right here, you'll see I add another wood veneer to that, and I actually start to layer up a couple things on that photo. I'm not good at layering, you guys. It's something that I'm trying to do, but I don't think I'm all that good at it. I'm just not used to it, I guess. So I was trying to figure out what I would layer on here or how I would do the journaling, and I just grab another piece of that vellum, and then I layer that up, and then that's where I do my journaling. So I just have a Project Life Slick writer, and that's how I write on the photos, and that's how I write on vellum. You can use Sharpie markers. I've heard those work really well. I just happen to have the Slick writer, and so I used that. And then I just make sure it's dry before I slip it back in that pocket. And I didn't want it to fall off, so that's why I added the staples. And then I added a couple more on the other side just to make it look a little bit more even. So then I'm not sure if you see it yet, but I did add some of those little mini heart like stickers. They're just stickers, and I added them on a couple parts of this on this side. I'm sorry, you guys. On this side is where I added those, and then I also added a screenshot of a text message. On the very end of that, you can see that picture of those chickens is a text message. And then I wrote on that little heart, but then I didn't like the way it came out. I wrote with that slick writer, so I just grab another one and I just write the same thing that I wrote before, and it was fine. I just made it my handwriting a little bit smaller. And then on that weather shot on the other side, you'll see a couple other of those little hearts. So again, those hearts I just added on both sides to make sure things were even. And then that's really all I did. The journaling and stuff I did the night before. So hopefully you guys have liked seeing this. I'm still getting used to how much to speed it up to do a voiceover, and I will continue to try to do this for you guys if you like it. I have 2 other videos here for you guys that you can check out. I have a card making video where I show you 4 easy ways to color different images when you're putting them on your cards. And then I have my Project Life plan for 2016 as the other video that you guys can check out. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and just having grace with me as I'm trying out this new way of doing videos and trying to do a process video for you guys. I think that as I do them as I keep doing them, I will get better at them. If you guys have any suggestions on the speed of the video or the voiceover part, or if you have any constructive criticism, I should say, please leave me a comment and let me know so that I can adjust things and make it better. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll be back on Monday with a card making video for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you guys later.